Good morning, family, and thank you so much for joining us for this week's scripture reading. And this week we'll be reading from Numbers chapter 8, verse 1 through chapter 12, verse 16. Zechariah chapter 2, verses 14 through chapter 4, verse 7. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 6 through 13, and Revelation chapter 11. And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto Aaron, and say unto him, When thou lightest the lamps, the 7 lamps shall give light over against the candlestick. And Aaron did so. He lighted the lamps thereof over against the candlestick, as Yahuwah commanded Moshe. And this work of the candlestick was of beaten gold. Unto the shaft thereof, unto the flowers thereof, was beaten work, according to the pattern which Yahuwah had showed Moshe, so he made the candlestick. And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying, Take the Levites from among the children of Yasharel, and cleanse them. And thus shalt thou do unto them to cleanse them. Sprinkle water of purifying upon them, and let them shave all their flesh, and let them wash their clothes, and so make themselves clean. And then let them take a young bullock with his meat offering, even fine flour mingled with oil, and another young bullock shalt thou take for a sin offering. And thou shalt bring the Levites before the tabernacle of the congregation, and thou shalt gather the whole assembly of the children of Yasharel together. And thou shalt bring the Levites before Yahuwah, and the children of Yasharel shall put their hands upon the Levites. And Aaron shall offer the Levites before Yahuwah for an offering of the children of Yasharel, that they may execute the service of Yahuwah. And the Levites shall lay their hands upon the heads of the bullocks, and shall offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering unto Yahuwah, to make an atonement for the Levites. And thou shalt set the Levites before Aaron, and before his sons, and offer them for an offering unto Yahuwah. Thus shalt thou separate the Levites from among the children of Yasharel, and the Levites shall be mine. And after that shall the Levites go in to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and thou shalt cleanse them, and offer them for an offering. For they are wholly given unto me from among the children of Yasharel, instead of such as open every womb. Even instead of the firstborn of all the children of Yasharel have I taken them unto me. For all the firstborn of the children of Yasharel are mine, both man and beast. On the day that I smote every firstborn in the land of Egypt, I sanctified them for myself. And I have taken the Levites for all the firstborn of the children of Yasharel. And I have given the Levites as a gift to Aaron and to his sons from among the children of Yasharel, to do the service of the children of Yasharel in the tabernacle of the congregation, and to make an atonement for the children of Yasharel, that there be no plague among the children of Yasharel, when the children of Yasharel come nigh unto the sanctuary. And Moshe and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Yasharel did to the Levites according to all that Yahuwah commanded Moshe concerning the Levites. So did the children of Yasharel unto them. And the Levites were purified, and they washed their clothes, and Aaron offered them as an offering before Yahuwah. And Aaron made an atonement for them to cleanse them. And after that went the Levites in to do their service in the tabernacle of the congregation before Aaron and before his sons, as Yahuwah had commanded Moshe concerning the Levites, so did they unto them. And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying, This is that belongeth unto the Levites. From 25 years old and upward they shall go in to wait upon the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. And from the age of 50 years they shall cease waiting upon the service thereof, and shall serve no more, but shall minister with their brethren in the tabernacle of the congregation to keep the charge, and shall do no service. Thus shalt thou do unto the Levites touching their charge. And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe in the wilderness of Sinai in the 1st month of the 2nd year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Let the children of Yasharel also keep the Passover at his appointed season. In the 14th day of this month at even ye shall keep it in his appointed season, according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof shall ye keep it. And Moshe spake unto the children of Yasharel that they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the 1st month at even in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that Yahuwah commanded Moshe, so did the children of Yasharel. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moshe and before Aaron on that day. And those men said unto him, We are defiled by the dead body of a man. Wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of Yahuwah in his appointed season among the children of Yasharel? And Moshe said unto them, Stand still, and I will hear what Yahuwah will command concerning you. And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Yasharel, saying, If any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto Yahuwah. The 14th day of the 2nd month at even they shall keep it, and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They shall leave none of it unto the morning, nor break any bone of it. According to all the ordinances of the Passover, they shall keep it. But the man that is clean, and is not in a journey, and forbeareth to keep the Passover, even the same soul shall be cut off from among his people, because he brought not the offering of Yahuwah in his appointed season. That man shall bear his sin. And if a stranger shall sojourn among you, and will keep the Passover unto Yahuwah, according to the ordinance of the Passover, and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. Ye shall have one ordinance, both for the stranger and for him that was born in the land. And on the day that the tabernacle was reared up, the cloud covered the tabernacle, namely the tent of the testimony, and at even there was upon the tabernacle, as it were, the appearance of fire until the morning. So it was always. The cloud covered it by day, and the appearance of fire by night. And when the cloud was taken up from the tabernacle, then after that the children of Yasharel journeyed, and in the place where the cloud abode, where the children of Yasharel pitched their tents. At the commandment of Yahuwah the children of Yasharel journeyed, and at the commandment of Yahuwah they pitched. As long as the cloud abode upon the tabernacle, they rested in their tents. And when the cloud tarried long upon the tabernacle many days, then the children of Yasharel kept the charge of Yahuwah, and journeyed not. And so it was, when the cloud was a few days upon the tabernacle, according to the commandment of Yahuwah, they abode in their tents, and according to the commandment of Yahuwah, they journeyed. And so it was, when the cloud abode from even unto the morning, and that the cloud was taken up in the morning, then they journeyed. Whether it was by day or by night that the cloud was taken up, they journeyed. Or whether it were 2 days, or a month, or a year, that the cloud tarried upon the tabernacle, remaining thereon, the children of Yasharel abode in their tents, and journeyed not. But when it was taken up, they journeyed. At the commandment of Yahuwah they rested in their tents, and at the commandment of Yahuwah they journeyed. They kept the charge of Yahuwah at the commandment of Yahuwah by the hand of Moshe. And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver. Of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly, and for the journeying of the camps. And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And if they blow but with one trumpet, then the princes, which are heads of the thousands of Yasharel, shall gather themselves unto thee. When you blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east part shall go forward. When you blow an alarm the second time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journeys. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm. And the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generations. If ye go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered before Yahuwah your Elohim, and ye shall be saved from your enemies. Also in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginnings of your months, ye shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your Elohim. I am Yahuwah your Elohim. And it came to pass on the 20th day of the second month in the second year, that the cloud was taken up from off the tabernacle of the testimony, and the children of Yasharel took their journeys out of the wilderness of Sinai, and the cloud rested in the wilderness of Paran. And they first took their journey according to the commandment of Yahuwah by the hand of Moshe. In the first place went the standard of the camp of the children of Yehudah, according to their armies. Over his hosts was Nashon, the son of Aminadab. And over the hosts of the tribe of the children of Issachar was Nathanael, the son of Zuar. And over the hosts of the tribe of the children of Zebulun was Eliab, the son of Elon. And the tabernacle was taken down, and the sons of Gershon and the sons of Merari set forward, bearing the tabernacle. And the standard of the camp of Reuben set forward according to their armies. And over his hosts was Elizur, the son of Shedeur. And over the hosts of the tribe of the children of Simeon was Shelumiel, the son of Jerushaddai. And over the hosts of the tribe of the children of Gad was Eliasaph, the son of Deuel. And the Kohathites set forward, bearing the sanctuary, and the other did set up the tabernacle against they came. And the standard of the camp of the children of Ephraim set forward according to their armies, and over his hosts was Elishama, the son of Ammihud. And over the hosts of the tribe of the children of Manasseh was Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur. And over the hosts of the tribe of the children of Benjamin was Abidan, the son of Gideoni. And the standard of the camp of the children of Dan set forward, which was the rearward of all the camps throughout their hosts. And over his host was Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai. And over the hosts of the tribe of the children of Asher was Pagiel, the son of Okran. And over the hosts of the tribe of the children of Naphtali was Ahira, the son of Enan. Thus were the journeyings of the children of Yasharel according to their armies when they set forward. And Moshe said unto Hobab, the son of Raguel, the Midianite, Moshe's father-in-law, we are journeying unto the place of which Yahuwah said, I will give it you. Come thou with us, and we will do thee good, for Yahuwah has spoken good concerning Yasharel. And he said unto him, I will not go, but I will depart unto my own land, and to my kindred. And he said, Leave us not, I pray thee, for as much as thou knowest how we are to encamp in the wilderness, and thou mayest be to us instead of eyes. And it shall be, if thou go with us, yea, it shall be that what goodness Yahuwah shall do unto us, the same will we do unto thee. And they departed from the mount of Yahuwah 3 days' journey, and the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah went before them in the 3 days' journey to search out a resting place for them. And the cloud of Yahuwah was upon them by day, when they went out of the camp. And it came to pass, when the ark set forward, that Moshe said, Rise up, Yahuwah, and let thine enemies be scattered, and let them that hate thee flee before thee. And when it rested, he said, Return, O Yahuwah, unto the many thousands of Yasharel. And when the people complained, it displeased Yahuwah. And Yahuwah heard it, and his anger was kindled. And the fire of Yahuwah burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. And the people cried unto Moshe, and when Moshe prayed unto Yahuwah, the fire was quenched. And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of Yahuwah burnt among them. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting. And the children of Yasharel also wept again, and said, Who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes. And the manna was a coriander seed, and the color thereof was the color of bdellium. And the people went about and gathered it, and ground it in mills, or beat it in mortar, and baked it in pans, and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moshe heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent. And the anger of Yahuwah was kindled greatly. Moshe also was displeased. And Moshe said unto Yahuwah, Wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me? Have I conceived all this people? Have I begotten them, that thou shouldest say unto me, Carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth the sucking child, unto the land which thou swarest unto their fathers? Whence should I have flesh to give unto all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, Give us flesh that we may eat. I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Yasharel, whom thou knowest to be the elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. And I will come down and talk with thee there. And I will take of the Spirit which is upon thee, and will put it upon them. And they shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that thou bear it not thyself alone. And say thou unto the people, Sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, and ye shall eat flesh. For ye have wept in the ears of Yahuwah, saying, Who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. Therefore Yahuwah will give you flesh, and ye shall eat. Ye shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but even a whole month, until it come out at your nostrils, and it be loathsome unto you, because that you have despised Yahuwah which is among you, and have wept before him, saying, Why came we forth out of Egypt? And Moshe said, The people among whom I am are 600,000 footmen, and thou hast said, I will give them flesh, that they may eat a whole month. Shall the flocks and the herds be slain for them to suffice them? Or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them? And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Is Yahuwah's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. And Moshe went out and told the people the words of Yahuwah, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about the tabernacle. And Yahuwah came down in a cloud, and spake unto him, and took of the Spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the Spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease. But there remained 2 of the men in the camp. The name of one was Eldad, the name of the other Medad, and the Spirit rested upon them. And they were of them that were written, but went not out unto the tabernacle, and they prophesied in the camp. And there ran a young man and told Moshe, and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. And Yahushua the son of Nun, the servant of Moshe, one of his young men, answered and said, My Lord Moshe, forbid them. And Moshe said unto him, Enviest thou for my sake? Would Elohim that all Yahuwah's people were prophets, that Yahuwah would put his Spirit upon them. And Moshe gat him into the camp, he and the elders of Yasharel. And there went forth a wind from Yahuwah, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on this side, and as it were a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth. And the people stood up all that day, and all that night, and all the next day, and they gathered the quails. He that gathered least gathered 10 omers. And they spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of Yahuwah was kindled against the people. And Yahuwah smote the people with a very great plague. And he called the name of that place Kibroth Hatava, because there they buried the people that lusted. And the people journeyed from Kibroth Hatava unto Hazeroth, and abode at Hazeroth. And Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moshe because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. And they said, Hath Yahuwah indeed spoken only by Moshe? Hath he not spoken also by us? And Yahuwah heard it. Now the man Moshe was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And Yahuwah spake suddenly unto Moshe, and unto Aaron, and unto Miriam, Come out, ye 3, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they 3 came out. And Yahuwah came down in the pillar of the cloud, and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, Yahuwah, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moshe is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches, and the similitude of Yahuwah shall he behold. Wherefore then were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moshe? And the anger of Yahuwah was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Then Aaron said unto Moshe, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. And Moshe cried unto Yahuwah, saying, Heal her now, O Elohim, I beseech thee. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again. And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days, and the people journeyed not until Miriam was brought in again. And afterward the people removed from Hazeroth, and pitched in the wilderness of Paran. Zechariah 2, verse 14. And he showed
me, Yahusha, the high priest, standing before the angel of Yahuwah, and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him. And Yahuwah said unto Satan, Yahuwah rebuke thee, O Satan, even Yahuwah that hath chosen Yerushalayim rebuke thee. Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire? Now Yahusha was clothed with filthy garments, and stood before the angel. And he answered and spake unto those that stood before him, saying, Take away the filthy garments from him. And unto him he said, Behold, I have caused thine iniquity to pass from thee, and I will clothe thee with a change of raiment. And I said, Let them set a fair mitre upon his head. So they set a fair mitre upon his head, and clothed him with garments. And the angel of Yahuwah stood by. And the angel of Yahuwah protested unto Yahusha, saying, Thus saith Yahuwah Sebaot, If thou wilt walk in my ways, if thou wilt keep my charge, then thou shalt also judge my house, and shalt also keep my courts, and I will give thee places to walk among these that stand by. Hear now, O Yahusha the high priest, thou and thy fellows that sit before thee, for they are men wondered at. For behold, I will bring forth my servant, the branch. For behold, the stone that I have laid before Yahusha, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Behold, I will engrave the graving thereof, saith Yahuwah Sebaot, and I will remove the iniquity of that land in one day. In that day, saith Yahuwah Sebaot, shall ye call every man his neighbor under the vine, and under the fig tree. And the angel that talked with me came again, and waked me, as a man that is wakened out of his sleep, and said unto me, What seest thou? And I said, I have looked, and behold a candlestick, all of gold, with a bowl upon the top of it, and his 7 lamps thereon, and 7 pipes to the 7 lamps, which are upon the top thereof, and 2 olive trees by it, one upon the right side of the bowl, and the other upon the left side thereof. So I answered and spake to the angel that talked with me, saying, What are these, my Lord? Then the angel that talked with me answered and said unto me, Knowest thou not what these be? And I said, No, my Lord. Then he answered and spake unto me, saying, This is the word of Yahuwah unto Zerubbabel, saying, Not by might, nor by power, but by my Ruach, saith Yahuwah Sebaot. Who art thou, O great mountain? Before Zerubbabel thou shalt become a plain, and he shall bring forth the headstone thereof, with shoutings, crying, Grace, grace unto it.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 6. Now these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things, as they also lusted, neither be idolaters, as were some of them. As it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink, and rose up to play. Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day 23,000. Neither let us tempt Mashiach, as some of them also tempted, and were destroyed by serpents. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured, and were destroyed of the destroyer. Now all these things happened unto them for examples, and they are written for our admonition, unto whom the ends of the world are come. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed, lest he fall. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Elohim is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. Revelation chapter 11. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise, and measure the temple of Elohim, and the altar,
and them that worship therein. But the court, which is without the temple, leave out, and measure it not. For it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees, and the 2 candlesticks standing before the Elohim of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth, and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues, as often as they will. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them, and kill them. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these 2 prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. And after 3 days and a half, the Ruach of life from Elohim entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory to the Elohim of heaven. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And the 7th angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven, saying, The kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Adonai and of his Mashiach, and he shall reign forever and ever. And the 24 elders which sat before Elohim on their seats fell upon their faces and worshipped Elohim, saying, We give thee thanks, O Yahuwah Elohim Almighty, which art and was and art to come, because thou hast taken to thee thy great power and hast reigned. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And the temple of Elohim was opened in heaven, and there was seen in his temple the ark of his testament, and there were lightnings and voices and thunderings and an earthquake and great hail. Thank you so much for joining us. Shabbat Shalom.